That sounds good. So, hi everyone. I'm Emily, and thank you so much for joining this evening, or even if you're going to be listening later to the recording. We really appreciate you guys taking your time out of your busy day to come together, and we really feel like this fosters a great sense of camaraderie with our team. So, thank you for listening. I'm in the middle of nowhere in California. We're driving right now. So if I were to get cut off, that would be a big boo. But I have some announcements. So we, every month as a team, Team Fierce Transformations, we try to run a challenge group. So this is something you are more than welcome to add your people that are purchasing products, challenge packs from you. You're more than welcome to add people to our Team Fierce Transformations challenge groups. So I have the dates for those moving forward. We have our next group is on September 7th. And it's any program whatsoever anyone wants to do, as long as they're drinking Shakeology. The one after that is on October 5th. And then we have in November something kind of special going on. So as some of you guys are newer coaches, we'll have our normal Team Fierce Transformations challenge group, as well as a separate challenge group going on for the Ultimate Reset. So I myself am committing to do the Ultimate Reset starting on November 2nd, because we will be done before Thanksgiving. Or we can gobble till we wobble, right? And Lindsay, I think you're doing it too, correct?
I want to, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I already have a couple people that I've talked to about it that are interested. So we're hoping to make this, a really great group for accountability, because the Ultimate Reset is kind of a harder program nutritionally to follow. So anyone on the team that would like to do it, awesome. Or if you want any challengers in on that, cool. So that's November 2nd. Then that's through the end of the year. Yes? Yes. Okay. So one other thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about, just as far as kind of announcements, was, do you yourself have programs planned out through the end of the year? Do you know what you're going to be doing through the end of the year as far as your Beachbody programs? I have mine planned out now through the end of the year, and it's a super important thing that you're consistently doing a Beachbody program and posting about it. That's, holding ourselves accountable to being a product of the product. So work on that, getting your programs planned out for the end of the year. And then those were my main announcements for right now. So cool.
Well, since you two are very new, basically we do like a group challenge group the first Monday of every month, pretty much. We are starting on Tuesday in September because of Labor Day. And so those are kind of the group challenge groups. And so any new coaches who haven't done their own yet or aren't ready to do their own, you're more than welcome to always jump in with those. And then once you're ready, you can always branch out and do your own. And so we usually do, it's at least 3 weeks long, since most people are doing the 21-day fix. And then, we try to kind of go through another week to kind of, answer any questions, keep them excited. Things like that. But obviously we're not going to just throw you out there and, tell you to just go for it, do whatever on your own. And that's what the new coach training is for too, is to kind of get you familiar with the different types of things. We are basically wrapping up our first five-day clean eating challenge today, which, it went pretty good. I mean, it was definitely a learning experience, and, we're always looking at ways to add value to, our customers' lives and trying to get people interested in the whole Beachbody community too. But I mean, we didn't talk about anything really Beachbody related. It was like, you know, some of us would mention, oh, I had Shakeology for breakfast, and that's about it, you know, and so we weren't trying to sell anything or, you know, talk to anything like that. We just said, okay, if you're interested in going beyond, you know, this 5 days, if, you know, you want to try something else, talk to the coach that invited you, and that's about it. But, you know, we just, our challenge groups and then these other type groups that'll just get better and better as we keep doing them and so, but yeah, I liked it. It was a learning experience and good and fun to, you know, search for different things to share. So everyone who has commented so far said they liked it. So any other questions about the challenge groups or anything like that?
I don't think so.
Hi, Julie.
So,
Hi.
I had a question about challenge groups.
Yeah.
So my question is like you said, you can kind of pick whichever ones you want, right? Whichever program you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm actually very interested in doing the Body Beast for the end of fall because I know it takes quite a bit longer than some of the other programs.
So you can plan out one if you want. You know, it just kind of depends on what's going on. You know, because for instance, when I did Insanity Max 30, I actually really loved having just Insanity Max 30 people in the group. And so it kind of just depends on how many challengers you have, you know, or how many customers you have interested. If you're ready to do it on your own or if you want to do it in the group, you know, it just really depends month to month, depending on what you want to do. But, I know Jessica wants to do Body Beast. I want to do Body Beast. You know, you want to do Body Beast. And so, you know, it could be something you could do. And
I'll try Body Beast.
There you go. See? Yeah. And
see, there's a group right there.
I know. And with the new performance line too, like that would be huge to, you know, get people interested in that and really get some great results from that.
Yeah.
You know, I haven't even thought of who I could even market that to yet, but I actually thought of a guy that I know, who he does like crazy long bicycle races and stuff. And so I was thinking of talking to people like that, you know, people who probably wouldn't be interested in doing PiYo or, you know, something like that, but people who are already athletes and looking for, you know, something new. And so that could be a really cool thing. And so right now we have 4 people who want to do Body Beasts. So
exactly. No, I'm thinking it'd be a good one to put my husband's crew on because they don't want to do PiYo, but they're all they need something to do. So
yeah,
get them on so they don't get their bare belly during the winter.
Yeah. Insanity Max 30 is a good one for that type of thing too, because it's really about competition, you know, and beating your max out time. And so having like a crew like that, I think it would be a really good thing. And so, you know, I loved that program. So I've been kind of chicken to, you know, I go through spurts where I'll do it a bunch and then I'm like, okay, I need an insanity break. But yeah. But yeah, so our, I don't have any plans yet for our next free group, but any ideas anyone wants to throw out there? Actually, Julie talked about how she wants to do a water challenge, like a 5-day challenge, because we had so much fun doing it on Instagram, you know, and so just tag, you know, create some kind of special hashtag or something. And I mean, it was great. People like join in on Facebook and everything.
So there's a pretty popular Instagram called Stop, Drop, and Chug as you drink your water. If we did like fierce water, I don't know. They did a hashtag, and then everyone that is a member of it, we connect with everyone on Instagram and do it for a week.
You could do like fierce hydration.
I was just going to say that.
That's what I was going to say too, fierce hydration.
It's a great name. Fierce it works for everything. Cool. Okay, so any other questions about challenge groups or anything then? Okay. Well, then I'm going to talk at you for a little bit. I listened to Summer Tucker's National Wake Up Call about 4 times today, getting ready for this call. So,
Yeah.
so yeah, it's just listening to those calls. Like Jessica, since you're so new, and Chris, you guys, one major thing that we really work on. Here, I'm gonna mute. Oh, there you go. Okay. One thing that we always work on is personal development, and one of the major non-negotiable ones that you should always listen to is the National Wake Up Call, which is a Team Beachbody podcast. And so I know you have an iPhone, Jessica, so if you go to the podcast store, but you can find the Team Beachbody one, and every Monday morning there is some kind of interview with either a top coach or like Shaun T's been on there recently. Last week or this week, it was one of the top scientists who created the performance line. And so it's really good information, really inspiring. And so a couple weeks ago, there was one from Summer Tucker, and she really talked about taking ownership of your business. It was basically, I always think of the quote, whether you believe you can or you can't, you're right. And so it's always about, believing in yourself. That's what this business is believing in yourself, working on yourself, and that will show in your social media. It will show in what you're doing in your life, and it will attract people to you because you're being genuine and honest with your story. And, you just have to work on yourself first, and then it will just radiate from you. And so, for instance, we all have 24 hours in the day. We had a big conversation in the team group today. Rochelle was posting about how she was struggling with finding time to work on the business, and because she has an 18-month-old and she's pregnant and she has another home business, or she works from home, on her family's ranch, and she has all these priorities and she's having a hard time fitting it in. And all I could think about was, because she really wanted to start her new coach training. And all I could think about is how a perfect why that is. Like, that's her why. She needs to take that and make that her story, and, think about her struggles and share those things with other moms and other people. And that's where people will kind of be attracted to her, because we all have these same 24 hours in a day. These top coaches, they've done the same thing. They all started off, a lot of them, with young babies and kids, and they found the time because they took ownership of it. They took ownership of their time, ownership of themselves. They worked on themselves, and they really built this business by just finding out what was a priority. Instead of feeling bad for yourself or getting frustrated or getting down, Summer, she turned to personal development to work on herself first, to kind of reprogram her mind to refocus on her goals. Why are you here? Promise to be here in 6 months, in 1 year. Just think about every day when you are feeling bad or you're feeling frustrated, or I didn't get my workout in yesterday, finding that priority and really just changing your mind and refocusing all the time on why you're doing this. Most coaches drop out between 3 and 6 months in the business, but I want you guys to make yourself promise to us that you will be here in a year, because you just have to just think about how different your life will be. We actually have a really great person on the call right now, someone who really helped kick my butt to get to Diamond. If you ever need some mentoring there, we have CJ on the call right now. Wave, CJ. One conversation with her completely changed my mindset on where I was going, because I got to Emerald really quick when I started. I think it was 3 weeks in, I got to Emerald, which is super easy. All of you guys can do it. Super easy. You just need 2 coaches under you to advance to Emerald. And it happened so quick that I just assumed that I would get to Diamond just by doing what I was doing before. But I didn't do that until, 5.5 months into the business, because I wasn't proactively going out and doing it. I wasn't intentionally working towards it. You know, I didn't have a plan. I had it as a goal, but I didn't think about how to get there. And then one conversation with CJ completely flipped my mindset on it. And I did it. You know, I wanted to hit it by June 30th because I wanted that t-shirt, you know, and so, you know, you just really have to get some fresh perspective. We have so many great resources on this team to help you get there. And then that kind of changed my why for me is, you know, of course I want to help people get healthy and fit and feel confident about themselves. But what I found with me, with starting to build my team, is that what really excites me is helping you guys hit goals. And so, you know, that's what I want for you guys. So that's kind of just what I've heard from this, is just be really intentional with what you want and make it a priority. And everything will, you know, if you set those goals, write them down and really share them with us, you know, guess what happens? You do it, you know, it happens. So, all right. Emily, do you have anything to say while I regroup my thoughts here real quick?
Yeah, I just had to unmute real quick. Yes, fantastic, Lindsay. That was amazing. And we do, you guys, anytime that you're feeling, you know,
Oh, you're kind of breaking up, at least on my end.
never have to suffer in silence. It's something that I heard in at Summit that really struck a chord with me. You have people on your team that really care about you and your success. Reach out to Lindsay, reach out to myself, as partner, which is somebody that's, you know, if you're a newer coach, find another newer coach that you can partner with and really have meaningful conversations about things. And listen to personal development when you're feeling down, because you will hear no's. And just a little story real quick. I actually got a no from Miss Lindsay the first time that I talked to her, like kind of a big fat no. She was like, yeah, no, I don't have the time. And did I talk that out? She has been such, I talked to her for how many months? 8 months or something?
Yeah, you invited me back when 21 Day Fix first came out, like last April. I even went back and looked at my email when I had that challenge pack email sent to me. And yeah, that was in April of 2014, and I didn't buy until January 2015. So keep that in mind. It took Emily 8 months to get me to do this. So don't give up.
And sorry, can you hear me?
You're kind of breaking up.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
Don't give up.
Don't give up. So one other thing that really struck me with Summer's National Wake Up Call, which, by the way, look her up on Facebook. You know, that's what I do with all these National Wake Up Calls, is I go and follow these coaches that I might have heard of or I might not have heard of, you know, and as soon as I get the email about the coach that's going to be on the Wake Up Call this week, I go find them on Facebook so I can follow them, you know, because, you know, I want to see what they're doing. I want to see what kind of things they're posting, you know. But one thing that she talked about was if you're worried about being salesy, she said, if you're real, if you're raw, if you're genuine, then no one will receive you negatively. And so you want to give people that Nordstrom service versus the Walmart service, you know, go above and beyond to check in with people, care about them, ask them what they're doing, go to their Facebook page and see what they've been doing before you send them an invitation, you know, so you know what's going on. I often, you know, someone who liked my picture, like I started 10 conversations from people who liked my transformation story picture that I posted this week. And I went and I started 10 conversations, but all I did was I thanked them for liking my picture and for supporting me in what I've been doing. And, you know, I look at it as if I've been doing my job, showing that I'm open for business, but not being salesy, you know, just show them what I'm doing. Then they 9 times out of 10, they're bringing it up in the conversation before I have to. And so, if you're just real and honest and just care about people and check in with them, those messages I sent out, I went to their Facebook page first and, I said, oh, your kids are getting so big. Oh, I can't believe they're starting first grade, or whatever. It's just showing them that you do notice them and you do care. And that's what it would be like if they were your customer, was you would be there cheering them on, and so that's what we are, is helping people and being genuine and honest about it. And so you want to, really, it's about people, and it's about caring about people. And so I know that, like Chris, you posted your why, and you could see the passion in your video about how how this is your passion. Nutrition and fitness is your passion, and you want to share that, and you want to help people feel that confidence and that energy that you feel. And so that's all you have to do, is share your story there. So and if you're raw and genuine about it, no one will react to you negatively. Some days you do get yucky messages that just make you feel yucky, or not even yucky messages, but just messages that people are skeptical. And so a lot of times they'll just, right off the bat, they'll just put on the brakes. And so, you just got to find out what makes them tick. And those no's, they're not always no's, they're not right nows. So you just keep checking in if they're still struggling, or, it's nothing against you. It's issues they have in their life. And so you got to figure out a way to come across appropriately to get them to invest, in joining you, I guess. So if that makes sense. Are you back, Emily? Oh, she's muted. She's probably kind of choppy.
I think I'm in a bad area, but I support 100% everything Lindsay said. I really think I have a lot of friends that do, multi-level marketing, and we need to really believe.
We're losing ya. Oh, we're losing you, Em. I'm going to mute you. Okay. Well, one thing that Emily was going to talk about was talk about social media and, intentionally sharing your story, because we've talked about being honest and genuine and raw and everything.
100%. We're not multi-level marketers. We're multi-level helpers, right?
Oh.
I'm gone.
Yes. Mute yourself, Em, because you're too choppy. But basically, we were talking about, being you. That is your most powerful tool in here. That is the most powerful story you have, is you. You don't work for Beachbody. You work for you. And so you can do whatever you want to with this business, but you is like the most powerful tool that you have. There's no one out there with your struggles, with your your issues or your triumphs even, and so that's what you do, is you let people get a little glimpse into your life, and they will be attracted to you. And that's what you want to do, is attract people like you, especially to build your team. I mean, I'm looking right here at, an amazing group of women, and I'm just so in awe of the people who have decided to join us here. I mean, the momentum is just crazy right now on this team. And so I want to get a little, powwow with CJ to kind of show me how to keep it all going. So, I mean, I think it's going great, but I want to go bigger. I want to, so I'm just very excited about it. But, so we're almost at half an hour here. We don't want to keep you guys too long. So
Lindsay, let me chime in real quick. So for those of you that are newer, you obviously know somebody, one of the leaders on this team, whether it be Emily or Lindsay or somebody else. And so I've been in the Beachbody community for a long time. And what I can tell you is that between Team Play Hard, Fierce Transformation, you guys have some amazing leaders now what you may or may not know is that I'm nowhere in your upline or your downline. Lindsay, Emily, Ellen, none of us are genealogically attached. But what I can tell you is that one of my passions is identifying leaders that really are poised for awesomeness, amp them and help them kind of push themselves past. And you guys need to know that you've got some amazing leaders on your team that are leading you guys to success. And so capitalize on the fact that you are so blessed, because not every coaching organization within Team Beachbody, your team has. So use it to your advantage to reach the goals that you set. And Emily and Lindsay both, they've just given you some just rich content and information and nuggets. To that, grab onto that, and then figure out how to apply it back to your business, because we're all going to build this business differently. Even within your own team, you're all going to build it uniquely to you, and you've got to begin to start to develop that trust. And that's what I think Emily and Lindsay were both talking about. When you're uniquely you share your story on social media. Understand that just like Emily needed to do with Lindsay, there was a level of trust that needed to be built. And so I have coaches on my team that hit diamond really quickly after I'd been talking to you. So just stay engaged, stay connected. You guys have got this. And if you ever need anything from me, please feel free to reach out. And occasionally I work with Lindsay and Emily to offer, different incentives. Like at one point, we were saying, okay, if you hit your next rank milestone by this date, we would do like a 30-minute one-on-one call with me. And so I'm here to help you guys build your team based on your goals and then push you a little bit further past your goals. That's it.
Yes, CJ's invited to this call today because she is in our team group, because I wanted her in there to see what we were doing. And, she just really offers some great business mentoring, and so I'm very appreciative of having CJ here as a contact for that kind of thing. So yes, Emily's giving the thumbs up too. Yes, thank you so much. Okay, so we've gone about half an hour, which is usually what we try to keep it. Does anyone else have any questions or comments or anything they want to talk about before we hang up? I muted some of you since I didn't want a noise to come up. Okay, well, in that case.
Did I get unmuted?
Yeah, you're unmuted.
Okay. Sorry, I'm unloading the vehicle and walking all around. But I just wanted to say, at times, because we have new people on, I felt kind of frustrated, with thinking, oh, things just aren't progressing. I'm doing the stuff. What's going on? But just yesterday, it was a small, tiny little victory, but it just made my whole night. So, I've tried to be consistent with social media and do all the stuff. And I had a customer who actually is a Plexus team. She's part of their team. She's a salesperson for Plexus. And she actually was messaging me about 21-day fix. And she's pretty, stubborn, like, oh, I don't want the shakes because I have my Plexus and I'm happy. But she actually bought 21-day fix. And I know that's not Challenge Pack, and I know it's not any Success Club points, but it really just made my night, because here's somebody who believes in another product, basically, and subscribes to their belief and is part of that business. Yet just through, I haven't ever reached out to her because I know that she's a Plexus, business owner. And just through consistency, she wanted to be part of us. And I just trust that with results, she's going to become a Shakeology user and stuff as well. And she'll get rid of the Plexus. So those little things too. Yeah, it's not Success Club points. And, I'm still struggling to get those, but those little things, because really it's about helping people. And so if she can get off that chemical, based substance and get into something more natural, that's a win.
Julie, that's a huge win. That is a huge win. Like, who cares about the challenge pack? That's awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah, she posted about that in our Team Cup group since Julie's on my team. And yeah, we were talking about that. So it was very exciting. I was proud of her.
That's awesome.
Yeah. All righty. Well, anything else, guys? Thank you so much for joining us, especially since Jessica signed up this morning. Yeah,
Yay!
you're on the team call. So welcome, Jessica. Welcome, Chris. And Julie kicking butt. And thank you, Emily, for being just, we're a total team, and I love it. So we have an awesome team, and we just have so much momentum going right now. It's amazing. Which is why everyone is coming to us. All right. Well, good night, guys.